Green Tourism Islands. This is the designation being given to the southern city of Eilat and the Dead Sea. The pilot program has been operating for 3 weeks now and allows for small businesses, hotels and restaurants and tourism activities to operate under strict health guidelines. Now, if this is a success, we may see this start operating in other areas of Israel too.
We consider this as a great success because just in the first 2 weeks, we had over 100,000 Israelis coming to those islands in Eilat and the Dead Sea. And every week we have another 50,000 people coming, sometimes over this number. And we brought back to work thousands of families. And it's a great success, and we are very satisfied with the initiative.
A record 4.5 million international tourists visited Israel in 2019, injecting approximately $6.4 billion into the economy. Now, over half of those tourists visited the Dead Sea, lapping up the beautiful waters, the restaurants, the hotels, and the cosmetic factories. These are the main lifelines for the people that live right here in the area. Mayor Nir Wanga, the head of the Tamar Regional Council, thank you so much for joining us today. Now, I understand that this is the Dead Sea region, which is a major tourism hotspot here in Israel, and I can only imagine that the coronavirus has taken a massive toll on the people that live in this region. Talk to me about that. How hard of a hit has this region taken since the pandemic began?
It was something that we never saw. The Dead Sea Hotel was closed, shut down for like 3 or 4 months in the beginning of the year, March till July or June. And it's something that never happened in Israel. Not when it was a military situation or any other situation, never. The hotel was always open with a lot of tourists, less tourists, but a situation that everything was closed, it was never happened. It was horrible. 5,000 families that work here didn't work. Another 5,000, maybe more, from all the area, the south of Israel, didn't have work. It was very, very sad. It was hard to me, someone that grew up here, live here more than 50 years, to see the place in that situation.
Now that the this pilot program, this Green Tourism Island program has been implemented, it's been running for a few weeks now. Have you noticed a difference at all?
Of course, it's running for the last 3 weeks. It's working good. It's not that there is no COVID, corona in the area. There is, but we test the people, the workers, the tourists. We test them all. If we found someone, it don't go in, he's going home. The people that was around him going to isolate. And like this, we can run this place in 3 circles. It's doing good. One for the hotel companies, second for the people that work here, the all people from the area of the Negev and South Israel, and third for the Israeli people. People that like to travel, people that need a vacation, need the rest. Most of the people in all the world are staying at home with the children that not going to school, people not going to work. People need some time for themselves, for a bit of freedom, vacation, changing the place, not to be stuck at home all the time. And I think that's what's important in what we are doing. It's not only for the area. It's for the whole country. And I hope in time to come for the people from all over the world that love to come to the Dead Sea.
The tourism industry has been hit especially hard since the beginning of the pandemic. Since March, no international tourists have been allowed to enter Israel, and hotels across the country have sat practically empty. In Eilat, the unemployment rate hit a record high of 80% and now currently hovers around 40%. That's much higher than the national average. The tourism industry estimates that this has cost the country around $3.5 billion in revenue. But since this Green Island program has come into play, we now estimate that 2,000 workers are now got their jobs back right here at the Dead Sea.
We were very much excited to reopen the hotel, and we did it under the strict regulations of the Ministry of Health. We all feel, myself and my team, we feel that we are a part of something that is much bigger than us. We are a part of this pilot, which could be implemented in other places in Israel, and also I think it's something that could be done all around the world. And this pandemic gave us the option of being much more creative and to do new things, which we will keep on doing afterwards as well.
Tourists wishing to visit Eilat and the Dead Sea must process a negative coronavirus test within 72 hours upon arrival. Now, this rapid testing facility that I'm standing at right now has been set up for residents and employees within the area to make sure they do their part to keep the virus down too. Negative.
It was very smooth to come here. We did the test a day before, and the results came very rapidly. And and the guys in the control zone were very polite and helpful. So it was 100% good.
It was very nice. It was wonderful to have an opportunity to go on vacation. We made reservation a few months ago for this time, and we were happy that it opened up when the time came to come here, and everything went smoothly. And here we keep apart from people, so it's nice.
Well, as you can see from the people that are involved in this pilot program, so far it has been a huge success. Fingers crossed, that hopefully means that this will open up plenty more opportunities for more programs like this to open up around the rest of Israel.